Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine and well. Let's come on to our topic. As you know that we are in the chapter admission of a partner. In the previous class, I have taken a numerical question in which we have seen the revaluation account, partner's capital account and the balance sheet of the new firm. Today I will take another numerical question which is based on capital adjustment is on the basis of the new partner's capital. Dear students, those who are having the NCERT book, open page number 173, refer to question number 33 of the exercise. Those who are not having the book, in a short while for them, a question will be appearing on the screen. Take a screenshot of it. Now let's see the question. Following is the balance sheet of Arun, Bablu and Chetan sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 6/14, 5/14 and 3/14 respectively, which can be read as 6:5:3. The balance sheet is as creditors rupees 9,000, bills payable rupees 3,000, capital account Arun 19,000, Bablu 16,000 and Chetan rupees 8,000. Land and building rupees 24,000, furniture 3,500, stock rupees 14,000, debtors 12,600 and cash rupees 900. Let's see the adjustment. They agreed to take Deepak into partnership and give him a share of 1/8 on the following terms. Point number 1, that Deepak should bring in rupees 4,200 as goodwill and rupees 7,000 as his capital. Point number B, that furniture be depreciated by 12%. Point number C, that stock be depreciated by 10%. Point number D, that a reserves of 5% be created for doubtful debt. And point number 5th is that the value of land and building having appreciated be brought up to rupees 31,000. Last point is that after making the adjustment, the capital account of the old partners who continue to share in the same proportion as before be adjusted on the basis of the proportion of Deepak's capital to his share in the business. That is, actual cash to be paid off to or brought in by the old partners as the case may be. Prepare cash account, a revaluation account and the opening balance sheet of the new firm. Now we will see the solution of this question. Before going on to the solution of this numerical question, let's see first the way in which we will record under the revaluation account. Whenever the value of assets increases, that has to be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account, and whenever the value of assets decreases, that has to be recorded on the debit side of the revaluation account. Similarly, whenever the value of liability increases, that has to be posted on the debit side, and whenever the value of liability decreases, that has to be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account. Now let's prepare the revaluation account. Dear students, I have already told you that for preparing the revaluation account, you have to refer only to the additional information. Now let's see the additional information. The first point under the additional information or the adjustment is that Deepak should bring in rupees 4,200 as goodwill and rupees 7,000 as his capital. Now see, this transaction will not find the place in the revaluation account as because this is related to the new partner's capital and his share of goodwill. As because we frame the general entry as cash account debit to Deepak's capital account and to premium for goodwill account. Now see here in this general entry, you won't find anywhere the revaluation account. So this transaction will not find the place in the revaluation account. Now let's pass on to the second information, that is point number B, that the furniture be depreciated by 12%. I told you earlier, whenever the value of assets decreases, that has to be posted on the debit side of the revaluation account. Here in this case, the value of furniture has been depreciated by 12%. So that has to be recorded on the debit side. We will write by name, and it is to furniture account. Now let's see the amount that will find place here. What is the old value of the furniture given in the old balance sheet? It is rupees 3,500. Now 3,500 rupees is the old value given in the balance sheet. You have to depreciate 12%. So 12 by 100, 0, 0. So 35 into 12. Let's calculate here. 35 into 12. 70, 35, 0, 2, 4. It is 420. So it means that the value of furniture has depreciated with the rupees 420. This 420 rupees has to be recorded in the debit side of the revaluation account. Now let's pass on to the next information. Point number C is the stock be depreciated by 10%. Again, the next assets whose value has been depreciated is stock. So it has also to be recorded on the debit side. So record on the debit side as to stock account. Now what is the old value of the stock given in the balance sheet? It is rupees 14,000. Now what it has been said in the point, the stock be depreciated by 10%. Now you have to calculate 10% of 14,000. You can calculate it easily, and the amount is rupees 1,400. So that amount has to be recorded here as rupees 1,400. Now let's pass on to the fourth information, and the fourth is that reserves of 5% be created for doubtful debt. You know very well that a reserves for doubtful debt has to be created on the debtors. See the old value of debtors given in the old balance sheet. It is rupees 12,600, and you have to calculate 5% of the debtors. So 12,600 rupees into, you have to calculate 5%, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6 5 30, 0, 3 balance, thus there are 3, 1 balance, 5 और 1 6. So it is rupees 630. So here you have to create a reserve for doubtful debt, and the amount will be rupees 630. So that you have to write on the debit side, as because the reserves has taken place. Reserves for doubtful debt. Doubtful debts. And this is rupees 630. So we have recorded this amount. Let's pass on to the next information. The next additional information is that the value of land and building having appreciated be brought up to rupees 31,000. Now what is this 31,000? 31,000 rupees is the new value of the land and building. Let's see what is the old value of the land and building given in the balance sheet. It is rupees 24,000. The old value is 24,000 and the new value of the land and building is rupees 31,000. So it clearly shows that the value of land and building has increased by rupees 7,000. As I told you that whenever the value of assets increases, that has to be posted on the credit side of the revaluation account. Here in this case, the value of land and building has increased, so that has to be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account. So write here as buy land and building. With the amount of rupees 7,000. So we have recorded here as rupees 7,000. Now let's pass on to the next additional information, that after making the adjustment of the capital account of the old partners who continue to share in the same proportion as before, be adjusted on the basis of the proportion of Deepak's capital to his share in the business. This is such a transaction which will find the place in the partner's capital account. So it means that there is no other transaction that will find the place in the revaluation account. So what we will do is, we will now close the revaluation account. So see which side is bigger? It is the credit side which is bigger. So it means that we are having the credit balance. Credit balance means the gain on the revaluation. This gain on the revaluation will be transferred to the old partners capital account in their old profit sharing ratio. So here you have to write on the debit side as to profit transferred to partners capital account. There are three old partners. They are Arun, Bablu, and the last one is Chetan. Now let's see how the amount will appear. Here you have to write down as rupees 7,000. The same figure has to be recorded here as rupees 7,000. Total all these three figures: 420, 1,400 and 630. 0, 5, 4, 2,450 is the total of the debit side. Now subtract 2,450 from rupees 7,000. 2450, 0, 5, 5, 4. It is 4,550. So write down here as 4,550. This is the profit on the revaluation. Now this amount will be distributed among the old partners, that is Arun, Bablu and Chetan, in their old profit sharing ratio. Now let's see that how the amount will be distributed between them. For Arun, it is 4,550 into what is the old profit sharing ratio? It is 6:5:3. So Arun will get 6/14 of 4,550. 3 is 42, 35, 14 2s are 28, 70, 14 5s are 70. If you multiply this figure, then 6 5s are 30, 3, 15 5, 1 balance, it is 1,950. Arun will get rupees 1,950. Bablu will get 4,500 into 5/14, 325, 5 5s are 25, 2 balance, 2, 1 balance, it is 1,625. And Chetan will get 4,550 into 3/14. So Chetan will get 579. Chetan will get 975. The same figure has to be recorded here. Arun will get 1,950. Bablu will get 1,625. And the last person, Chetan, the last partner, he will get 975. Close it here. The sum of these three figures is rupees 4,550. This is the way in which we will prepare the revaluation account. Keep one thing in mind, students, that for preparing the revaluation account, don't go elsewhere. Only you have to refer to the additional information. Now, if you want, you can take a screenshot of it. Now let's see how the capital account will be prepared. the very first thing that you have to record in the partner's capital account is the opening balance of the capital account. You know very well that the account will be opened from the credit side. So on the credit side, what you have to write is by balance brought down. Now see, from where you will get this information? You will get this information from the old balance sheet of Arun, Bablu and Chetan. See what is the amount written there? For Arun, it is written as rupees 19,000. For Bablu, it is rupees 16,000. And for Chetan, it is rupees 8,000. Now, the very next thing after writing this opening balance, we will have to record the amount from the revaluation account. The profit from the revaluation account that Arun got was, first write here as by revaluation account. Arun got rupees 1,950. So write down the amount here. The second partner got rupees 1,625 and the third partner, he got rupees 975. So write down here as rupees 975. Now let's pass on to the additional information. Let's see the first additional information. Point number A, that Deepak should bring in rupees 4,200 as goodwill and rupees 7,000 as his capital. Now see here in this case, the new partner is the Deepak and he is bringing in his capital as well as his share of goodwill. At that moment, what general entry we will pass? We will pass the general entry as cash account debit to Deepak's capital account to premium for goodwill account. Now see here in this general entry, Deepak's capital account has been credited. So we have to post on the credit side. What you will write down here? We will write here as by cash account. Deepak is bringing in the capital to an extent of rupees 7,000. So record here as rupees 7,000. Now after passing this general entry, we will pass the very next general entry, which is for the distribution of the amount of the premium. The amount of premium is usually distributed among the sacrificing partners. Now we will have to first calculate the sacrificing ratio. Now we will see that what is the sacrificing ratio. For that purpose, first we will have to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Now let's calculate the new profit sharing ratio. What is the old profit sharing ratio of Arun, Bablu and Chetan? It is given as 6:5:3. Now let's see, or let's calculate first the new profit sharing ratio. How we will start? Let total profit be 1. Deepak's share in profit is equals to 1/8. Remaining share in profit is equals to 1 minus 1/8, that is 7/8. Now let's calculate the new profit sharing ratio of all the 4 partners. First, of Arun. Arun will get out of the remaining. What is the remaining share in the profit? It is 7/8. How he will get? He will get on the basis of the old profit sharing ratio. So what is the old profit sharing ratio? It is 6:5:3. Arun's share in the profit was 6/14. Now let's multiply these two figures. It will be 7 6 42 by 112. Next is of Bablu. Bablu will also get out of the remaining share in the profit, that is 7/8 into 5/14. 7 5s are 35 divided by 112, and Chetan will also get out of the remaining share in the profit. What is the remaining share in the profit? It is 7 by 8 into 3 by 14, because Chetan's old share in the profit was 3 by 14. So he will get 21 by 112. Now let's talk about Deepak. Deepak got 1 by 8 from the partnership business. In order to make the denominator equal, here you have to multiply it by 14. So he will get 14 by 112. Now let's calculate the new profit sharing ratio. The new profit sharing ratio will be 42:35:21:14. This can be written as, or it can be brought to the lowest term. All are divisible by 7. So 7 6 are 42, 7 5 are 35, 7 3 are 21, 7 2 are 14. So this is the new profit sharing ratio of Arun, Bablu, Chetan and Deepak. Now let's calculate the sacrificing ratio. Now here we will calculate the sacrificing ratio. You know, students, the formula to calculate the sacrificing ratio is equals to old share minus new share. First we will calculate of Arun. What is the old share? It was 6 by 14 minus what is the new share? It is 6 by total all these 4 figures, it will be 16. Now let's calculate the LCM. The LCM of 16 and 14 and 16, 2, 7, 8, 2, 7, 4, 2, 7, 2. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 7s are 56, 56 into 2 is 112. So write down here as 112. If you divide 14 from 112, then you will get as 8, 8 6 are 48 minus, if you divide 112 by 16, you will get 7, 7 6 are 42, then the balance is 6 by 112. Now let's talk about Bablu is equals to, what is the old share of Bablu? 5 by 14 minus the new share of Bablu is 5 by 16. 112, if you divide this, it will be 8, 8 5s are 40 minus, if you divide 112 by 16, you will get 7, 7 5s are 35, so you will get here as 5 by 112. Now let's talk about Chetan. Chetan was having 3 by 14 as the old share in the profit, and he got 3 by 16 as a new share in the profit. The LCM is 112. 8 3 is 24 minus 7 3 is 21, so it will be 3 by 112. So it means that the sacrificing ratio of Arun, Bablu and Chetan is 6:5:3, and on the very basis of this sacrificing ratio, the amount of premium which was brought in by Deepak will be distributed between them. So how you will find out the amount? Arun will get 4,000 out of 4,200 as 6 by 14. 14 ones are 14, 14 3s are 42, 0 0. So Arun will get 1800, Bablu will get 4,200 into 5 by 14, 3, 1,500, and Chetan will get 4,200 into 3 by 14. So he will get 900 rupees. This is the amount that Arun will get, this is the amount that Bablu will get, and this is the amount which Chetan will get. Now let's pass the journal entry for the distribution of the share of goodwill. The journal entry will be premium for goodwill account debit to A's capital account, to B's capital account, to C's capital account. Now see here in this general entry, A, B and C's capital account has been credited. So you have to post on the credit side, and here you have to write as buy premium for goodwill account. Arun will get rupees 1,800, Bablu will get rupees 1,500, and Chetan will get rupees 900. Now we will go for the adjustment of capital, and this adjustment of capital is on the basis of the new partner's capital. So first what you have to do is you will have to first calculate the you will have to first calculate the capital of the entire firm on the basis of the new partner's capital. So Deepak, he brought rupees 7,000 as his capital, and he got 1/8 share in the profit. What you have to do is you have to reciprocal his share in the profit in order to, and multiply it with his capital in order to get the capital of the entire firm. So the capital of the entire firm is rupees 56,000. Now we will have to calculate the capital that has to be maintained by Arun, Bablu and Chetan. Now how much Arun will have to maintain? Arun will have to maintain on the basis of the new profit sharing ratio. So he got 6/16. Now 3, 8, 8 ones are 8, 8 sevens are 56, 1, 2, 3. So he will have to maintain rupees 21,000. Write down here as Bablu, 56,000 is the capital of the new firm into 5/16. If you cut this, it is 3,500. If you multiply this, 0, 0, 5 5 is 25, 2 balance, 15 plus 2, 17,500. Bablu will have to maintain as his capital. Now let's talk about Chetan. Chetan will have to adjust rupees 0, 0, 5 is a 15, 5, 1 balance, and 10,500. And you know that Deepak brought rupees 7,000 as his capital. Now Arun will have to maintain rupees 21,000 in the business, Bablu will have to maintain 17,500 in the business, Chetan will have to maintain rupees 10,500 in the business, and Deepak, which he has brought, rupees 7,000. Now this amount has to be recorded on the debit side. Leave one line here and write here as to balance carried down. Arun will have to maintain rupees 21,000 right here. 17,500 will have to be maintained by Bablu, and Chetan will have to maintain rupees 10,500. Deepak, he brought rupees 7,000. Now let's see whether the amount they will have to bring in the business, if it falls short, or if they are having the excess money in the business, then they will be paid in cash by the business to such partners. Now let's see the total of the credit side. First we will see of Arun, 0, 5, 10 and 17, 7, 1 balance, 10, 11, 12, 2, 1 balance, it is 22,750. It means that Arun is having rupees 22,750 in his capital account, and he will have to maintain rupees 21,000 in his capital account. Now the same figure has to be recorded here as 22,750. So it means that Arun will get rupees 1,750 from the partnership business because he is having excess money in his account. So for that purpose, here you have to write down as cash account, because the money is going out of the partnership business, and when the money goes out of the partnership business, at that moment cash account has to be credited. So he will get rupees 1,750. Now let's talk about Bablu. Bablu 2, 5 एक बैलेंस 7, 8, 9 91. It is 19,125. The same figure has to be recorded here as 19,125. Now subtract this 19,125 minus 17,500. So it will be 5,261, 1,625. So here also Bablu is having excess money in his account. He will get rupees 1,625 from the partnership business. Now let's talk about Chetan. See what is the amount that is there in his capital account. He is having he is having only 9,875, whereas he will have to maintain rupees 10,500. Now here in this case Chetan's amount falls short in the business, so Chetan will have to bring rupees 625. When he brings in the business, at that moment the general entry will be cash account debit to Chetan's capital account. Here in this general entry, Chetan's capital account has been credited, so you have to post on the credit side as by cash account. So you have to write in the Chetan's capital account as 625. Now the amount will be 10,500 rupees. You have to record here, and the same amount has to be recorded here as rupees 10,500. Now see, on both the side of Deepak's capital account it is rupees 7,000. So record here as rupees 7,000 and write here also as rupees 7,000. This is the way in which we will prepare the partner's capital account. I think students, you have understood how to prepare the partner's capital account. You can take a screenshot of it. Now let's see how the amount will be recorded in the balance sheet. The very first thing that you have to write here is the capital account of the partners. So capital account we will write here of Arun, Bablu, Chetan and of Deepak. Arun had to maintain rupees 21,000 rupees in the account. The second partner was Bablu. He had to maintain rupees 17,500, and Chetan, he had to maintain 10,500, whereas Deepak, he had brought rupees 7,000. Total all this figure and take it to the outer column. 0, 0, 0, ek balance, 14, 15, 16, 6, 1 balance, it is 56,000 rupees. Now let's pass on to the next item that has to be recorded on the liability side of the balance sheet. The very first item is the creditors, and there is no change in the amount, so we will write as it is. So the next item is creditors. The amount of the creditors is rupees 9,000, so write here as rupees 9,000. After this, the next item is the bills payable. Bills payable stands at rupees 3,000. That has to be recorded as it is because there is no change, so you have to write here as rupees 3,000. Now let's pass on to the next side, that is the asset side. The very first item is the land and building. Write here as land and building. And land and building here in the old balance sheet is shown as rupees 24,000, whereas in the additional information it was very clearly said that the value of the land and building has been appreciated up to rupees 31,000. So this is the new value, and the amount of rupees 31,000 has to be recorded here. The next item given in the old balance sheet is the furniture. Write down here as furniture. See, what is the old value of the furniture given in the old balance sheet? It is rupees 3,500. Whereas in the additional information it was clearly said that the value of the furniture has to be depreciated by 12%. The 12% of rupees 3,500 which we have calculated earlier was rupees 420. That rupees 420 has now to be subtracted. So 3,500 minus 420, 0,803. So it is rupees 3,080. Record that amount here as rupees 3,080. The very next item given in the old balance sheet is stock. Write down here as a stock. The old value of the stock given in the old balance sheet is 14,000. And the additional information given in the old balance sheet is the stock is to be depreciated by 10%. So we have to calculate 10% of rupees 14,000, which we have calculated earlier. It is rupees 1,400. So you have to subtract rupees 1,400 from 14,000. It will be 12,600. So record here as the 12,600. This is the new value of the stock. Let's pass on to the next item. It is a debtor. Debtor given in the old balance sheet as rupees 12,600, and you were asked to create a reserves. So you have created the reserves for doubtful debt, and the reserves for doubtful debts were 630. So subtract rupees 630. It will be 11,970. The next item given in the old balance sheet is a cash. Now you will have to calculate about the cash here. In the question you were asked to prepare the cash account. Here I will tell you directly that how the cash will find the place in the new balance sheet. See about the cash. Cash given in the old balance sheet was rupees 900. When the new partner, he took the admission, that is Deepak, he brought with himself rupees 7,000 as his capital. So add that 7,000. Along with it, he brought rupees 4,200 as goodwill. So add all these three figures. It is 12,100. While the adjustment of the capital, one partner, that is the last partner Chetan, he had brought rupees 625 in the business as because his capital falls short. So that 625 has also to be added. Right here as 625, add this figure 2721. Now Arun, he was having some excess money in the business, so that amount has to be subtracted, and that amount was rupees 1,750, is 10,975. And Bablu, he was also having the excess money in the firm, so the business has returned that amount to him, and the excess amount which was returned to him 1,625, that 1,625 will have to be subtracted, 0,539. So the amount that left in the cash was rupees 9,350. This 9,350 will have to be recorded here. Now let's total the balance sheet. There is no other item that has to be recorded now in the balance sheet. We have recorded all the items in the balance sheet. The total should tally. So here it is 68,000. Let's see here, it is 0, 12, 20, 0, 2 balance, 5, 14, 20, 0, 2 balance, 11, 12, 14, 17, 18, 8, 1 balance, 2, 3, 6. It is 68,000. So this is the way in which we will prepare the balance sheet. Hope students, you have understood what I have taught you today. If you want, you can take the screenshot of it. So students, that's all for today. In the next class, we will see another numerical question. Till then, goodbye.